number 2.
Yeah, the highlighted section.
Skip the lose weight part.
Yeah, I don't even know why it's in there.
Yeah, it's just it's the first.
It's like smacked right in the middle of the story. It's like this and this and this.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way.
Is that the let's see. I don't see anything highlighted.
No. Highlighted in the show notes.
Yes, I see that.
Yes. It's like the second paragraph.
Yes. That's what I saw.
Yeah, just jump over that and go to the one below it when you're done.
Yep.
It doesn't.
Okay, so there's that. Let me go back up here, make sure I got all this. So that's
Gail's
all
here.
good.
Cranky's here.
That's all good. And then
So what you're saying is we're all
we're just getting rid of that one paragraph because it's stupid as shit.
And it's right in the middle of the beginning of what you need and the end of what you need.
So that's what we'll do.
Yeah, you know how Stephen King can't write an ending? Well, these people obviously can't write a middle.
Ha!
So these. All right, I guess right now we should start the show.
Yeah, with my mono headphone.
It's a monophone.
Love my kid.
Yep. All right, then I'm gonna hit you.
If I could find a way to just take this
That
off.
one doesn't do it. Yeah, my pros will do that. The other one will spin up.
Yeah, no, this doesn't do that because these are cheap.
Rob said, "Hello, mono fools. We are stereo fools."
I am a mono fool today.
But you put the two mono fools together, and you get a stereo fool.
If you're hearing that at both ears, yes.
Yes.
If
all right.
both
Well, I'm
hearing in the left ear, then we're both.
gonna give you a 5 in Shri. Who's your mama?
This week on the Mr. Throwback Thursday podcast, we bring you a fresh in piece. Nori supporting Eric Adams, Professor Bun B's birthday, Bonanza, some freaky tales, and as if you thought it couldn't happen again, new music from Kool Keith. What else? Let's listen.
It's not just anything. It's Mr. Throwback Thursday.
Now we're about to switch trends. Street now.
Count to three. I want y'all to the name of my
1, 2, 3. And now, here's your host, Bill Winter, and Mr. Throwback Thursday himself, Robinson.
And a very pleasant good evening to everybody. Welcome to Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 584. It is your two favorite fools, bringing you all the hip-hop news that you've come to expect from your two favorite fools. Bill is up in New York. Jamie is down in Virginia. How are you, my friend? Please do not pay attention to the earphones.
No. I am well. I told you beforehand I am loaded up tonight. I got a glass of rum. I got my coffee and my tattoo mug.
Very nice.
And all the way from Saratoga via Tallahassee, I have a little latte.
Nice. Very
Not a
nice.
lot of latte,
indeed.
but a little latte.
Not a lot of latte. Last I knew, Latte was living over in Qatar. So
Yes.
So yes, I am running off of different headphones because my daughter borrowed mine and forgot to give them back. So I am using her Rose Gold Beats by Dre, which I can only hear out of one ear. So
Which is why she took yours, because yours function in both ears.
maybe that's what it is. But she is at school right now, and poor kid's going to have her wisdom teeth pulled on Friday, so
Ooh,
all for.
rite of passage.
Yeah, I feel bad for her, though. I remember when I had mine done. It's not fun.
Yeah.
And especially since she's, a singer, it's going to mess with her face for a little bit. So
I had mine taken out in boot camp. Let me tell you, my experience was probably not as much fun as yours.
no, I would imagine it probably was not.
No, I had 17 shots in my mouth,
Uh-huh.
including 2 of them in the roof of my mouth, for them to remove 2 wisdom teeth.
Wow.
And it's because they hit them both with a hammer and chisel because they had the roots wrapped around them.
Jesus.
And all because, based on my original Navy profession, I could have someday been stationed on a submarine. And because of that, there's no dental surgery performed on a submarine.
Right.
So they took mine out in boot camp with the people who really didn't know what they were doing. It's where they send them all to start off. And yeah, hammered dog shit. That's what it was.
That's nice.
So now that we've gone over everyone's dental nightmares.
Yes.
what else we got
How's
going
your teeth, Posse? No, let's see what else is going on. Janelle just had a birthday this weekend.
on? You did?
So happy birthday to my beloved. We had a nice little get together on Friday night around the house, including our first little outdoor fire of the year.
Nice.
Broke out the fire pit.
So it wasn't like in Detroit today.
No,
Okay.
no. So we did. We broke out the fire pit. There's still a burn ban in Hyde Park, but as long as you are not having flames above 4 feet high, which we were not,
They were 3 feet high.
and
And
rising. And I threw the little multicolored things in there because I like to do that. We ordered some pizza and wings. Had a nice calm day there. Did a little retail therapy on Saturday with her, and then Sunday, yesterday, as we record, she drove
He drove.
the hour and a half down to Elizabeth, New Jersey,
Why?
so we could go to IKEA.
And whenever I smell cheap cologne and raccoons, I know I'm in New Jersey.
It is very much the smell of the state. And
Don't think I didn't say that the minute we crossed the
hell
line.
yeah. This is when the sign says "Welcome to the garbage state," and you say,
And
I
of
knew
course, as we were driving, I look over to my right, and there was MetLife Stadium, and I said, "Hey, Jay and I were there."
"Yeah, we recorded a show right around the corner."
We did, and drank an entire bottle of rum over the course of 2 nights.
Good rum though.
It was good rum. That's why we drank a whole bottle of it, because it
Yeah.
went down smooth.
It wasn't coming home with me, and you don't drink rum, so it wasn't going home with you. So
I drank rum those nights. I drank that rum. That was good rum.
it was.
And then I slept on the pullout. And it's funny because you had the CPAP at the time,
Yeah.
and I didn't, and now I have one, so we could have had arguing
Dueling.
CPAPs. So now we know my daughter's teeth have to be pulled, and that I'm still fat enough to use a CPAP machine.
And all of this in mono.
Yes, all of this in
Well, at
mono.
least for you.
Bill in mono. Does not mean Bill has mono.
Nope, wasn't gonna go there.
Because we test for all of that stuff at
Yes.
my job. But no, Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 584, your standard menu of everything tonight. We have a myriad of hip-hop headlines items tonight.
Yes, we have 2 records that are both very short. They're like, one is an EP, and the other one is EP length. So I figured I would front load the show to get us to our requisite 2 hours for the radio stations that are kind enough to carry us.
And there you go. And we will have, let's see, Woo News.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I had to practice the first one on Woo News because I was like, wait a second.
And but oh yeah,
There's
not,
more than one letter in that group, so
it's a sound. It's not a letter.
it is. It kind of is, yes. The record of the week, the old one and
I'm
done.
the Barbarian.
Remind you who the artist of the month is, and we have an old to the new.
We do.
and I will read some lyrics, of course, and we will get on with it.
And patrons, I don't know how many of you actually listen to the patron version that you pay to have, because some of you are here. But pre-show, which is recorded for patrons, we have discussed a potential new segment that could be made so much better with posse participation.
Participation, yes.
Yes.
Hey, by the way, before we get into that, did you hear from Adam or anybody about our donation?
I got an email. Let me pull my email up real quick. Make sure it's still there.
Because once again, I wanted to send a huge shout out to the posse for
Yes.
everything regarding that last week.
Let's see. No, that's Magic Mind. That's the argument I got into with King Malik.
Is that the one you sent me?
Yeah.
You got in an argument with that guy?
Yeah.
Because it's garbage?
Well, because I told him to stop using AI to write his emails. And he said, I did no such thing. I might have used a form. I said, well, that makes it worse because that means you don't even know who Dougie Fresh or LL Cool J are if you're comparing your artists to them.
Yes, because...
I was letting it go. AI did it, but no.
Yeah, that was rough.
He said, I hope this email finds you well. I'm thrilled to share the wonderful news that we received your generous donation. Your continued support and generosity are greatly appreciated. We are immensely grateful for the TBT posse as a whole. It's donations like yours that help us move forward in the important work of preserving, celebrating hip-hop history and its culture. If there's anything you need from us, please don't hesitate to reach out. That was from Adam.
So Adam is a happy man.
He is, yes.
He probably fell over when he saw the dollar.
I told you that's how we first started talking. Is we donated $1,000 years ago, and he called me. He's like, we don't get those kind of donations from just the general public. He said, what's going on? So that's how
and you're
Adam
like,
and I.
Oh, by the way, we are who we are.
Yeah, and that's how we met, and then we've all just with the posse have gone above and beyond each time. So
still miss Ed out in Toontown.
Yes.
So.
What up,
Well,
Lion?
hello, Lion.
Are you home or are you in the hospital again? These are legitimate questions that we have to ask every time you show up.
His lioninthehospital.com. he bought his DMXinjail.com platform. And he's home. Good.
Good.
All right. So, sir.
Yes.
We might as well kick this mono-sounding pig for me tonight.
Why not?
I am totally buying that. Oh, that was a real thing, Lion.
Yeah.
It's DMXinjail.com, I believe it was.
It's still out there, yeah.
I think it is. Which
No, he's not. But
the answer should be no. Unless is DMX still in jail? See, there it is.
yeah. It was a thing.
It was.
That's how we kept up. It was a segment for a little while.
Is DMXinjail.com. It is still.
Yeah, don't they have we're sad to say that DMX is passed and something like that up there.
Yeah, something like that.
But yeah, that was a website that made us go, ooh, that should be a thing.
and we kind of statused it every week for a little bit.
We should come up with, is ODB still dead?
Yeah, because that could be 50-50.
It could be.
So let us get started.
Please.
Would you please be so kind to hit me with a little of that Triple H, my good friend?
This is Hip Hop Rock Mr. Throwback Thursday.
We'll get on it. It's your time.
It is my toin, and if you listen to the intro, we are starting once again with a fresh and peace. I believe I sent this to you.
You did. Cranky also sent it to me, but you sent it to me first, yes.
So we went with the all hip hop report on this because
Mm-hmm.
I think I saw it out of the New York Post or
Yeah, I don't
something, or
remember.
Yahoo. I
I saw
don't
you
remember.
sent me a screenshot. I don't remember where it came from.
Yeah. Oh no, it was a screenshot. Somebody had posted it on a Facebook feed. I think it might have been AFH or something like that. But anyway, all hip hop is where we're going with this. Pow Wow, who is a pioneering hip hop artist from Soul Sonic Force,
Yes.
has passed away, unfortunately. So we wish a fresh in peace to Pow Wow. Africa Bambaataa and the Soul Sonic Force's impact on hip hop back in 1982. The genre was still learning how to walk, basically. They released Planet Rock, which featured a sample of Trans Europe Express
Yep.
by Kraftwerk. But sadly, the Soul Sonic Force comprised of Mr. Biggs, Pow Wow, The Globe,
Yes. MC Globe, friend of the
MC
show.
Globe, and DJ Jazzy J has lost one of its members. According to veteran New York City promoter and producer Van Silk, Pow Wow passed away on Friday, April 4th, after a long illness. All Hip Hop reached out to Mr. Biggs, who confirmed his death. Respect and condolences to the family of our hip hop brother Pow Wow from the legendary group Soul Sonic Force. Comes from Silk. He says, from the beginning of this culture, as Pow Wow being a b-boy to becoming an MC with Mr. Biggs, MC Globe, along with Africa Bambaataa and DJ Jazzy J, you helped revolutionize hip-hop with Planet Rock. My relationship with Pow Wow was like that of a little brother who always stood 10 toes down. You will be missed and remembered. Charlie Rock, who is one of the original 11 Zulu Kings, spoke to All Hip Hop and estimated Pow Wow was around 64 at the time of his death. He had suffered from emphysema and complications from chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, which anybody in the medical field, we abbreviate everything, so we call it COPD.
Yes, or anybody who watches a television commercial.
Yes. Charlie said, that was my boy. We are original members of the Soul Sonic Force. We are first generation B-boys. We are two of the original 11 Zulu Kings. There were only 11 of us in the beginning. I was just 16 when we first met. If I could say anything to him right now, it would be, I love you, brother. You're not suffering anymore. I know you were suffering, and you're not now. May your journey be a beautiful one, and the transition to the afterlife be a blessed one. We are pioneers, son. Maybe not a funeral, but Charlie Rock says there will be some kind of memorial in the near future.
Yes. Yeah. Pow Wow, real name, by the way, Robert Allen.
Yes. So on behalf of Mr. Throwback Thursday and everybody associated with the show, we offer our condolences and thoughts to the friends, fans, and family of Soul Sonic Force original member Pow Wow, dead at the age of believed to be 64.
Yeah, yeah.
Older than us, but still too many years left in that.
Oh, yes.
But if you're that sick, you know,
Right.
that's a tough way to go, man. COPD is rough.
Yeah.
So our thoughts go out to Pow Wow and the Soul Sonic Force and everybody associated with him.
MC Globe.
Yes, good friend of the show, MC Globe. What makes a great mayor?
Like Mayor Katcha? No. Mr. Dinkins, would you please be my mayor? No.
Duh mayor?
The mayor was a good mayor.
Duh mayor don't bother nobody, and don't
Nope.
nobody bother the mayor.
I don't have that one on, but I have this.
Okay, we'll take that one. Apparently, I am blurry.
Always got the Milton Mike shirt on. This time it's Untouchable
There.
Force Organization shirt.
Maybe I am not as blurry anymore.
Yes. much better.
Hot New Hip Hop asked the question, what basically makes a good mayor? And they got an answer from Nori.
Because Nori talks.
He's not E.F. Hutton, by the way.
He's not. He is the. Okay. My opinion of Nori as an MC, I like his music. As an interviewer on a show some of you may have heard called Drink Champs.
Mm-hmm.
He's awful. He will not let anyone answer a question. he will ask them a question, and then as they start to answer, he will interrupt and tell his story about the question that he was being asked.
Yeah, which is not the way that's supposed to go. So,
Go that way. No, you let your guest answer.
well, that's kind of what we do. I mean,
Well, yeah,
when we ask a question, we let our guest answer.
that's how you do. Yeah,
Well, we're not professionals or anything.
we
but
are not. We
that's
don't get
kind of
paid
what
to
we
do. No.
So Nori caught a clip of Eric Adams' recent sit-down conversation with comedian Andrew Schultz about a wide array of topics.
I don't know him.
Andrew Schultz, he's I like him to a certain extent.
He's not
what-
Andy
he's-
Milonakis.
No, he's part of that whole group with like Tom Segura and
Bert
Kreischer and just that whole vein of comics right now.
Yeah.
Which I saw Bert last year. I guess Segura is coming to the Civic Center now. So Nori is still a
You're
rapper
damn
at
right.
heart. Yes, when your name is on the marquee, you can do anything you want. Nori's still a rapper at heart, but his increased media presence as Drink Champs host has certainly opened him up to a whole new world. Recently, he caught a clip of Andrew Schultz on his Flagrant podcast, who sat down with his team and with New York City Mayor Eric Adams.
Who some of you may have seen in the news in the past couple months.
Yeah, because he just basically weaseled his way out of pretty serious charges.
Yeah, by agreeing to help out somebody from the other side to do something that they wanted to do and wouldn't have happened in New York if he didn't agree to do it. And now I hear he's leaving the Democratic
leaving
Party.
the Democratic Party. He is
Yeah.
indeed. Yes. So
But Nori doesn't care about any of that.
no. So New York City Mayor Eric Adams. Schultz asked Adams a couple of quick questions about New York, including what borough he believes has the most attractive women.
And he
And
gave the Eddie Murphy answer from Coming to America.
I think all of them have great shorties, he says.
He did say that, not Eddie Murphy.
I drive my team crazy, he says. Ultimately, the conversation led to Schultz crowing Queens as the borough with the best strip clubs. Okay.
Queens, yes.
We need an 11 in New York, Eric Adams stated, referring to Miami's 24/7 nightclub. I spoke to some folks. We may be rolling that in soon. And, of course, this is what led Nori to praise Adams in an Instagram repost of the clip.
Yeah.
Best mayor in New York ever, because he wants to put a fucking club in New York. That's all it takes, really?
That's all it takes to be the greatest mayor.
Let's
since
think of some of the
LaGuardia.
mayors that New York City has had. Ed Koch,
Yes. Ego cream drinking. Oh.
David Dinkins. Which was the mayor that basically cleaned up all of Times Square and got all the
Giuliani.
peep shows out? It was Giuliani, yeah.
Yeah.
And then he went off the deep end.
Well, yeah.
Holy shit. But
should've
he
left all the
was
stuff there.
he was actually known as America's mayor after the
Well, yeah,
9/11 thing
9/11,
because
yeah.
of how he handled it. But then,
Yeah.
I guess maybe Giuliani had post-traumatic stress disorder from that thing, man, because he went crazy fucking stupid.
Yeah.
After that whole thing
Giuliani,
happened.
as the mayor of New York, was a great mayor.
Mm-hmm.
Giuliani, when he was no longer mayor of New York,
Was Guano Loco,
yes, he's
which for the Spanish is batshit crazy.
it was Kanye crazy. He was
He's borderline, I'll say that.
yeah.
Despite the mayor's ongoing controversies, it
What about
seems like
Bloomberg? No big soda guy.
nope. You can't have the big gulp.
No,
Not in New York City.
you sure the hell can't have the double gulp.
No. That motherfucker had more money than. I mean, he writes a check in a bank bounce. But anyway, despite Eric Adams' ongoing controversies, it seems like just the promise of a good time is enough to win many New Yorkers over. I mean, we've
Including
seen people vote for people for less.
We have, yes.
Also, we're sure that Queen's bias comes into play regarding the strip club conversation. So, other hip hop connections to Eric Adams are more random, such as his appearance in the Juicy music video from
Yeah.
Biggie back in the day, which didn't know. He still
And if you
faces.
don't know,
Now you know.
no.
Nickelback. He still faces some claims of wrongdoing, specifically fraud and bribery. You know.
I say some wrongdoing, yes.
Little things. But folks like Nori will always be there to focus on the important shit.
On the strip clubs, yes.
Should things be different? They say probably. I say yes.
Yeah,
But
something should be different involved here.
But so many clouds over our heads, a bit of light is always welcome. So, yep, you bring in a 24/7 strip club, and Nori makes you the greatest mayor in New York
But
City.
there's no light inside of a 24-hour strip club, though. So we're not letting
No.
the light in, except for when the guys open the door to come out and go, ah!
It's like a casino.
Yeah.
Very little light, no windows.
But a casino, you actually have a chance to get in something for your money.
Yeah. You
Because there is no sex.
in
in
the
the
champagne room. Wear sunscreen. Or wear protection, one way or the other. Bun B's birthday bonanza.
Yes, and I didn't even come up with this. This is what it's called.
I know. This came from MSN.com. 2025 Houston rodeo performers. Bun B's birthday bonanza will have hip hop, R&B, gospel, and surprises.
So this has become a yearly thing. I think the first time it happened, we talked about it because I think Trillburger was there at the rodeo, and I was like, "What the hell is Bun B doing at a rodeo?" And it went from there, and it's become a thing where he is heavily involved.
In 3 years, it has become Bun B's multi-act showcase has become a Rodeo Houston tradition.
Yeah.
This year, dubbed Bun B's Birthday Bonanza, such alliteration, promises one of the most diverse lineups yet. There's old school R&B from Keith Sweat and Jagged Edge.
Keith Sweat, the most beggingest motherfucker in all music history.
Newer grooves from Coco Jones. Hip hop from Houston native Don Tolliver.
Be there.
Huh?
Did you say Coco Beware and will Frankie be there?
No, Coco Jones.
Oh, not as cool. Okay, sorry.
Houston native Don Tolliver brings the hip hop gospel from genre superstar Yolanda Adams. And there's more to come because you know the Professor Bun B likes surprises. He's already promised more hip hop. Last year's edition gave us probably the last public sighting of Drake before Kendrick bodied him. The biggest name yet, along with surprise appearances from friend of the show, Daryl DMC McDaniels, Oscar winner Ryan Bingham, Slim Thug, and Little Kiki. This year, the Professor expands his footprint with Trill Town, a 9,000 square foot space near the entrance gate off McNee and Kirby. This dedicated area includes a DJ booth, games, seating, and a bar serving beer and wine. The menu, of course, will include Trill Burgers,
Of course.
Trill Tenders, and Trill Lemonade.
I wonder if Michael K will try out any of those Trill Tenders. He's got his whole every park he goes to, he's trying and rating their chicken tenders, and he has like his own Instagram or TikTok page or something about
So
it.
he is the chicken tender version of Dave Portnoy's One Bite Pizza Challenge.
Seems that way.
By the way, fuck Dave Portnoy.
I would not like to do that. No, thank you.
No, I wouldn't either, but
No, sir. I
there's
don't
just,
like it.
there's just something about that guy. There will also be a Truth Barbecue collab on a brisket burger and brisket fries.
Yes, please.
I'm not sure I've ever had brisket fries. I've had
I am
brisket.
neither, but I will eat it.
'Cause you like you some brisket.
I do. Well, I think there was a food truck pulled up this weekend over at Momac Brewery where we played trivia that night.
Yes. Where we won trivia
Yes,
that
where
night.
we won. Sorry, I apologies. And they had crab rangoon tater tots. I almost drove over there just to get those.
Is there any other type of Rangoon other than crab?
Not that I'm aware of. The crabs have cornered the market on that.
On Rangoons. Is Rangoon an insult in crab language?
Maybe. It's like Bombaclat.
Yes, exactly. You Rangoon.
The crab rangoon tater tot scale, how does that work? I'm not sure. I didn't go, but I would assume that they would just take the inside, like the cream cheese and the crab and whatever else they put in there, and pour it over the
And-
fries like you would cheese or something.
Either that or mix it in with potatoes and make big giant
And
tots
make-
out of them.
Yeah, maybe.
It
I
wouldn't,
don't know, but if they show up there again, I will go.
and you will give us a review,
I will.
a Rangoon review.
Yes.
Put it on a tater tot.
Just
Yes.
pour it over it like biscuit gravy.
So anyway, this year's
Yes.
Bun B's birthday bonanza is officially
There
sold
will
out.
not be
So
Rangoons.
no, so if you can get a ticket, do it now. You never know who will walk out on stage. It's going to be performing on March 7th, which actually happened. No, it's not
No.
March 7th.
So that does not seem right.
No, that doesn't seem right. It should be.
My news is not that old.
Yes, no.
Maybe they mean May.
I think so. I think they put the wrong date in here. It is MSN. It's not.
Yes, it's true.
It's not Yahoo. So
But MSN leans way left, so their hand got to the R, it couldn't make it over to the Y, so it was Mar instead of May.
I love some of this shit. There's where is Bun B from?
Texas.
Port Arthur.
Yeah.
What is Bun B's biggest hit?
Oh, are they gonna say Big Pimpin'?
Yeah,
That's fucking stupid. But anyway,
that's not his hit.
no, he's on it. He's
So-
what makes it a hit. Maybe. How about that?
Well, he is the
Because
professor.
the Jigga Man, Pimp C, and BUNB.
I don't like that song.
It's not a matter of like; it's his biggest hit. They say, and dollar wise,
Yes,
probably is.
Revenue generating. Absolutely, I'm
Yeah.
sure it's the most prosperous song he's been on. Let's put
Yes.
it that way. So happy birthday, Bun B.
yes,
Next year, get some crab rangoon tater tots.
tater tots. Hell yeah.
Good advice is our next article.
Yeah, and we're gonna come back to the Jigga Man on this one.
We are. MusicRadar.com, and we're going to talk about our artist of the month.
We are.
Whose record we did last week. Will Smith reveals the advice that Hawaiian Sophie and Kendrick Lamar gave to him before his music comeback. Because Will's taking advice from everybody.
Yeah, well, I understand the part because he's been out of the music game for so long.
Yes.
Talk to somebody of his era, we'll say, who's been around the music, if not putting out music, and somebody who's been around for a little while but is more up on what's going on to see if it's something he should do. Because he's been out. What did we say? 20 years.
Something like that,
Yeah.
yeah. So it says a lot of water has flowed under the bridge since, but of course, Will Smith actually started out as a rapper back in the more innocent days of old school hip hop. Back before Hollywood stardom, even before the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He was Fresh Prince and Jazzy Jeff, and they were the DJ and the rapper.
Yes.
They were just another DJ and MC duo scrabbling about in what was a still babyish scene. Their first single, Girls Ain't Nothing But Trouble, was released 39 years ago.
That's a little while ago.
Smith has recently returned to music after a prolonged absence. His latest album, based on a true story, came out last week. It's his first in 20 years. That's a long, long time to be out of the game. And to Smith's
is.
credit, before he dived back in, he was humble enough to seek out the advice of two younger men. He says, before I started, I made 2 phone calls. He said this on Sway in the Morning. I talked to Jay and I talked to Kendrick. I was like, hey, I want to get back in music. What's the advice? He revealed Hawaiian Sophie's reply. Don't fake your story. He was like, you got to say what's true for you. He's like, you'll be looking at the younger rappers and you'll want that to be true for you, but you don't live like that.
That's the problem. Hip hop has always been, our era at least, your story, your authentic, whatever. You can't come telling somebody else's story and get people to listen to you.
Apparently, Lion does not like my Hawaiian Sophie impression. He was like, be true to your story. Tell your story. As for Kendrick, apparently he said, say that shit you've always been fucking scared to say. Basically the same thing. It was like, be honest. It was scary. That's the thing. Make the record you want to make. Don't try to make the record that you think people will like you for.
Exactly.
Make the one that's authentic. In other words, remember the first rule of hip-hop. Keep that shit real.
Yeah.
And it sounds like that's what Smith tried to do. For in the album's opening track, there's a reference to the most controversial moment in his career. Something about slapping Chris Rock at the 2022 Oscars ceremony for making a joke about his awful wife, Jada Pinkett Smith.
Hey, keep his wife's name
Out your
out your fucking mouth.
Out your fucking mouth. That's right. It's not out your goddamn mouth. It's out your fucking mouth. So, International Barbershop Day starts with the phrase, Will Smith is canceled, before DJ Jazzy Jeff and B. Simone trade barbs about the rapper, such as, who the fuck Will Smith think he is? And I ain't never going to forgive him for that shit that he did.
Yeah.
Then track 2, You Looking For Me, features Smith rapping, took a lot, I'm back on top, y'all gonna have to get acclimated, won't stop, my shit's still hot, even though I won't get nominated. Well, that's because you've been banned.
Yeah,
so
and it's, if you listen to it, this shit wasn't that hot.
We tried. We did
Yeah.
try. It was rough.
It is one of the albums that Will Smith has ever made.
It is definitely one of them, yes. These are the tales.
The Freaky Tales. I sent you the movie.
Which,
other
by
day.
the way, is playing at the Poughkeepsie Galleria.
I figured it was.
Regal
That's-
Cinemas, yes.
That's why I hit you up. I was like, hey, this is a thing. And I was listening to the Don't Stop Rapping show today with Too Short on Sirius XM Rock the Bells Radio.
Yes.
And he's coming out with a new album.
Awesome.
And for those of you who don't know what this movie is, Bill's going to tell you, but so Short's in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And the title comes from a Too Short song from like 88, 89, right around 88, I think.
These are the tales. The
So
freaky
you have-
tales.
He is doing new music inspired by the movie that is titled after his 1988 record.
So that's like Inception level shit.
Yes. So did Short inspire himself 30-something years ago to write new music now?
Maybe he did.
Time traveling Too Short.
And this movie stars like one of the hottest people in Hollywood right now, Pedro Pascal.
Mr. Fantastic. Not Mr. Boombastic.
Filmmaking duo Anna Boden and Ryan Fleck returned to cinemas with their first feature film since 2019's Captain Marvel with the anthology film Freaky Tales, a loosely connected set of 4 stories depicting convergent events on May 10th, 1987 in Oakland, California.
Home of...
Too short.
Yes.
Freaky Tales is a love letter to the East Bay, to the 80s, and to B movies. The
So
film
I'm
is
already involved. When they say B movie, I'm
that's
in.
your thing, man.
Yes.
The film is chaptered, with chapter 1 telling the story of counterculture's age-old battle between punks and neo-Nazis. Lucid, played by Jack Champion, is a young punk with a crush on his friend, the devastatingly cool Tina, played by Ji Young Yu. Their punk club, featuring performances from real punk bands Aphids and Gulch, comes under attack by neo-Nazis. Can't stand neo-Nazis. And Lucid, Tina, and their friends must decide what to do. It's pretty easy. Punch Nazis in the face.
Yes. Shout out to Broke Hat Matt, by the way.
This segment of the film has an undeniable flavor of the Warriors. And it's a tight, kicky introduction to Freaky Tales. Chapter 2 follows an aspiring rap duo called Danger Zone, which includes Barbie, played by Dominique Thorne, and Entice, Normani, in her feature film acting debut. I believe she was in the group that Camila Cabello was in, Fifth Harmony, I think. They cross paths with a racist, bullying cop referred to as The Guy, played by Ben Mendelsohn. That's also the name of the dude from the Disturbed album covers.
Oh, nice. And David Allen Greer's character in Blank Man was Other Guy.
And later, they get into a rap battle against local hip-hop star Too Short,
Yes.
played by Demario Simba Driver. Not by Too Short.
No.
But the
carry
real
on.
Too Short is a rapper who spent the 80s in Oakland, appears as the guy's beleaguered partner, and also narrates the film. So you'll get your fill of Too Short.
Yes, yes.
He might even say biatch.
Oh, he's got to. If the guy playing him doesn't say it.
Chapter 3 follows a local tough named Clint, played by Pedro Pascal,
Yes.
who collects
you may know as the Mandalorian.
The Mandalorian, or from The Last of Us. He collects debts
not
for
the
a
game. The show, not
the show,
game.
not the game. Yes. This man collects debts for a mysterious crime boss. Clint is living his worst and what he presumes is his last day. And it is in his story that the breezy vibes of Freaky Tales take a turn for the darker. Following that, Chapter 4 tells the tale of basketball star Sleepy Floyd. Eric Sleepy Floyd.
Yes, and I don't know if you watched the preview or the trailer I sent you. Floyd goes off.
Well, Sleepy Floyd, played by Jay Ellis, goes on an unexpected journey of revenge. Like Too Short, the real Eric Sleepy Floyd makes an appearance in the film. Characters are only tangentially related, which what connects the segments of Freaky Tales is that everything happens on the day of May 10th, 1987, and there is a strange green haze seen around town that seems to be affecting things. Like Soylent Green.
I'm sure it is Black Elvis.
Thus the title, as freaky things happen, like the 4 urban legends recounted in the film. Each chapter of the film is an homage to B-movie genre, from teen rumbles to blaxploitation to kung fu to mob flicks. The deep affection for these often cheesy genres and for Oakland does not get in the way of giving the film a realistic edge. A tacky neon ice cream shop is unexpectedly nostalgic. Things used to be colorful. We used to be a society, but the floors are gross. Kind of sounds like the strip clubs we were talking about before.
The ones that are going to be open all night.
Yes. Ditto for an old school diner and a video store. There's an acknowledgement that things did not have to be perfect in order to be good. But the unreality of Freaky Tales that makes it fun, this is very much a film in which the rule of cool dominates. The green haze, for instance, is inconsistent, more often depicted as lightning or eyeball beams, but by the film's halfway point, when the green starts flickering, you know something big is about to happen.
I already like that there are eyeball beams.
Freaky Tales is thin on logic, but it just looks so fucking cool it doesn't matter. This is a film that wants to take you on a ride, and if you let it, it's a damn fun one. The film tacitly acknowledges the rule of cool, as multiple characters point out that it's weird that the grandpa and the Lost Boys didn't ever warn anyone about the vampires. But if he did, the movie wouldn't happen.
It's true.
The rule of cool states that sometimes you ignore logic in favor of a rad story being told. There's also a running fun bit about a new agey cultish self-improvement system called Psytropics, of which the fake Sleepy Floyd is a follower. At first, the Scientology vibes are unmistakable, but by the end, Psytropics seems like the kind of self-improvement you'd actually want to sign up for, which ends up being one of the film's best jokes.
Not nootropics, because
No.
that's what's in Magic Mind.
Yes. Freaky Tales is a mix of comedy and drama, but when Bowden and Fleck go for a joke, they land it. They also land some great action sequences, including a kung fu rampage that features A+ practical gore effects, the kind that look cheap but are still executed to perfection. Freaky Tales is made with maximal style and minimal substance. It's held together by vibes and Pedro Pascal, and it's a lot of fun. If you let it work, it's slightly scummy magic.
That's what I'm talking about right there. This is like a step above, as far as production value, I'm sure, a few steps above Lamageddon. But
Not by much.
no, but I'm thinking it's on the same entertainment level as Lamageddon.
It's our kind of thing, man.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
Yes, it's a step above Deathbed. I will give it that.
Again, that's not saying much either. So yeah, I kind of want to go see
You
that.
should go and see it's coming to our Regal, or if it's not there already, I think it's there now. And being a Regal Unlimited member, I can
Yes.
just go see it for free.
You can indeed. So go check out These Are the Tales, the Freaky Tales. These are the tales.
That tells
So well. Yes, Lord, says Lion. I haven't looked her up yet, but she was in the
Based off of his Morris impression.
yes. Setbacks is the
Yes.
next article. Not wetbacks, setbacks.
No, you're gonna get us fired.
Hot New Hip Hop reports this. This is unfortunate news. Public Enemy's Flavor Flav admits a setback in his sobriety journey in a new vow to his fans. No, that's a thing.
Yes.
Did
Yes,
we
it
watch?
is.
Did you watch this?
Of course I did. Come on, son.
I have not seen this.
Well, next time you travel.
That will have to be on our
Yes.
list when I come down there next. Back to Flavor Flav. Again, this is tough news to have to share. He was doing
It is,
so
but-
well.
But he's
Owned
very-
up. He's fessed up to it. He's up front.
Yeah, and he said, shit happens. I'm back on the horse, and I'm ready to keep moving.
Yep. Which is what sobriety is all about. Flavor Flav, the legendary hype man and Public Enemy, publicly acknowledged a brief relapse after maintaining over 4 years of sobriety. In a candid message posted to his Instagram story on April 3rd, the 64-year-old Flav addressed his followers with honesty and clarity, admitting the misstep while reaffirming his commitment to recovery. Flav has been transparent about his struggles with addiction, often using his story as a cautionary tale and a message of resilience.
Not a freaky one.
Not a freaky one, no. His sobriety had become an inspiration to many who looked to him as proof that change was possible no matter how long the road. In his statement, he wrote, "I remain authentic to who I am, and a large part of the past 4.5 years has been my sobriety journey. I think I've inspired many by showing that if I could get sober, anyone could do it." Yet the journey, as he noted, is far from easy. Just when you think it's easy, it ain't. I briefly relapsed. I say this to admit my mistake and publicly hold myself accountable. He's returned to day one and is continuing forward, emphasizing time didn't stop. My journey continues. Flav has never shied away from revealing the depth of his addiction. In 2023, he disclosed that he once spent nearly $1 million a year on drugs. At his lowest, he admitted to spending up to $2,600 a day for 6 consecutive years.
That's a lot.
That staggering figure painted a grim portrait of dependency, one he managed to survive against the odds.
Not against the wind.
No. For years, he kept his drug use out of public view. Now he frames his survival as a second chance, an opportunity to guide others toward recovery and away from the same destructive path. I am a human being who makes mistakes, he wrote. That doesn't make me a bad person. I hope those around me support my choice to be sober. His message resonated not just as a personal confession, but as a reminder of the quiet, ongoing battles that many people fight. Flav's story, raw and unfiltered, continues to serve as a powerful testament to the resilience it takes to begin again. So, of course, as always, we 100% support Flav in everything that he does because he is one of the decent people in this business.
Yeah.
So, you know what? You pick yourself off. You pick yourself up.
You dust yourself off and try again.
Something like that. And you start, as he said, from day one.
Yeah. Yeah, no. I mean, Flav gives second chances to people. You drop a deuce on his steps, he lets you stay in his game show. So, people need to give him a second chance. Hey, and all the people that he has inspired on his journey, I'm hoping that a lot of those people have turned and come back to him and say, dude, it's okay. You've done this for us. You can do it again.
They should. Public Enemy is on our top of mind. We're going to stick with Public Enemy for our next article. One night only, you've called it.
Yes. Nipsey, pay attention.
Contactmusic.com. Public Enemy announced a one-night-only performance in London, England. Consider yourselves warned. Their first UK gig in 10 years. They're going to do a one-off at Royal Albert Hall on June 27th. The gig will be a once-in-a-lifetime evening filled with politically charged, high-energy hip-hop celebrating their legacy, according to a press release. Public Enemy was formed all the way back in 1995 by Chuck D and Flavor Flav, and are best known for their socially and politically relevant music, including Fight the Power and Bring the Noise. They're expected to play all the hits, as well as newer music, including songs from their latest album, What You Gonna Do When the Grid Goes Down,
Yeah,
which was 5 years ago already.
I know.
This year, their groundbreaking album, Fear of a Black Planet, celebrates its 35th anniversary.
35th anniversary, yeah.
The New York-born band has not played in the UK in almost 10 years. Chuck D played the UK in May 2019 on the Gods of Rap tour with fellow hip-hop legends De La Soul and Wu-Tang Clan. But after playing Royal Albert Hall, Public Enemy takes on back-to-back festivals, the Bottle Rock Napa Valley on May 23rd and Boston Calling on May 25th. The band will then support Guns N' Roses on the European headline tour for shows starting June 29th in Denmark through July 21st in Bulgaria.
Yes. Hip-hop hotbed.
Of Bulgaria. Tickets for the Royal Albert Hall show go on sale Friday, April 4th. That was last Friday, 9 a.m. Prices range from £50 to £90, and box seats start at $115. So if they have anything available and you are Nipsey or anybody over there, you should probably try to check this out.
Or if you just want to travel over there to see the show.
Some people will do things like that.
They will. Not this guy. But,
Kingmaker is our next article.
it is.
X to the Z, according to Hip Hop DX, exhibit taps Dr. Dre, Ice Cube, Redman, and more for his Kingmaker track list. Kingmaker is his new album.
Yes.
It's his first one in over a decade. It's a follow-up to 2012's Napalm. This is a 20-track project set to arrive on May 16th. The former Pimp My Ride presenter has recruited some old friends along for the pimped out ride.
Yes. Pimp
We
my
already
friends.
mentioned Dr. Dre, Ice Cube, Reggie Noble, Busta Rhymes,
Yes.
Cypress Hill's Be Real, and Royce da 5'9". There's also plenty of fresh blood with features from Ty Dolla $9,
Yes.
Simba, Jason Martin, formerly known as Problem, Domo Genesis, and Guap Dad 4000, among others.
Sounds like a Nintendo game.
20 tracks on this thing. Kingmaker is being released through Conor McGregor's recently established label Greenback Records, which has also inked a deal with Bone Thugs and Harmony.
That's why I remembered. I was like, "What? Who else is on Conor McGregor's label?"
The album has previously
Rock?
undergone a number of delays,
A number.
with X to the Z explaining on social media that the release date was pushed back due to him making some last-minute additions.
So
Exhibit
would
also
they be new additions that he made?
any heartbreak. X also previously spoke about the project and its lead single, Play This at My Funeral, with NME saying it's a morbid title, but I think Play This at My Funeral has nothing to do with me dying. This is a snapshot of where I am mentally, physically, and emotionally. Some finite statements are made in there.
Did
I
we
think
play
it's
this on our podcast.
Yes. I think it's really dope to be able to come back and show people where I am, what I've been doing, what I've done. It answers a lot of questions. He also added, music is what I do best. Naturally, I do a lot of other things, a lot of different films, a lot of different TV and stuff like that, but music is the catalyst to what makes everything work. So I felt the music had come to a point where it needed to come out. I've been working on music off and on for the last 10 to 12 years, but I didn't feel like it was what I needed to put out. I didn't feel like it was different enough. I was able to hear something in myself that I hadn't heard before, so it made it easy to know that it was time to release this music. And I guess when it comes out, we'll have to listen to it and see.
Well, yeah, there's a good chance.
That it
That may
will
be record of
be.
the week or something.
Yes, I was going to say the ROTW.
Yes.
Next article. Set the night on fire!
Yes.
Jim Jones' concert is abruptly canceled after a chaotic fire alarm debacle.
Jim Jones, who you may remember, was taught to kiss by his mom, and many other things possibly, but we don't want to dig into his history like that.
No, Hot New Hip Hop brings us this. Jim Jones' recent concert in upstate New York took a frustrating turn when an unexpected fire alarm disrupted the entire evening. What was supposed to be a high-energy performance quickly spiraled into chaos, forcing the venue to evacuate and ultimately leaving fans disappointed. The night was off to a promising start. The crowd packed the space. Jones was ready to take the stage. Anticipation buzzed through the room, but just as the energy reached its peak, a bathroom smoker triggered the fire alarm. What followed wasn't a fire, but a full evacuation. The venue's management, after inspecting the situation, found no immediate danger, but insisted everyone leave the building as a precaution. Now, it doesn't say what venue it was.
No. His mom's house? I don't know.
Upstate New York.
Yeah.
Wonder how far upstate.
I don't know. Pepsi?
Maybe even further. The decision didn't sit well with fans or with Jones. Frustrated, he addressed the crowd, pointing out how settled and ready everyone was. His disbelief turned comedic as he joked about the absurdity of the moment, calling it a fire drill and likening it to grade school routines. He goes, "We really doing this? Haven't had a fire drill since the 5th grade. Lion, take good care of yourself. We will see you soon."
Yes, yes.
He encouraged fans to record the moment, predicting that it would go viral, which it did.
It did, yeah. It's a good prediction.
As the crowd reluctantly filed out, it became clear that the evening wouldn't recover. Many fans never returned. What began as a brief interruption snowballed into a canceled performance. Despite the DJ's attempts to keep things on track, the damage was done.
So you go to a Jim Jones show.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, you're not going to go to Jim Jones. But if you went to a Jim Jones show.
Right.
And you were there and something happened where everybody had to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going back in? This is Jim Jones.
Probably not.
Okay.
Probably not.
It's not like KRS. It's not Rakim. It's not Kane. It's Jim Jones.
Jim Jones.
Who, you know, if you really want to watch him, there's a Versus out there that you could probably get for free at this point.
Yeah. Our next article, Suwan. OK Player brings us this.
Yes.
The Kid Capri
Yes.
says that the Martin TV theme song used his voice without permission and that he never got paid.
And he didn't care about that part. I don't know if you've gotten into this article. He didn't care that they used his voice and it had everybody in the world saying it. You know, when Martin was hot, Martin was hot. You know, and everyone was going around doing Martin impressions of his characters and singing Martin. Even in the movie Dogma by Kevin Smith, Matt Damon's character Loki sings Martin while he's doing the Running Man. So this was a worldwide phenomenon. Martin.
Yes.
And Kid Capri never said, "Hey, you're using my voice. You need to pay me," because it wasn't about that for him. He's like,
Right.
You know, it's cool. I'm on the show. You know.
So Kid Capri is addressing what he says is one particularly famous use of his voice. The iconic DJ claimed that his voice was used in the popular theme song for the hit sitcom Martin and that he never got credit for it. In a new interview with Bag Fuel, Kid Capri explains where the sample came from and why he hasn't taken an issue with it until now.
I've seen this everywhere in the past couple of days on like a whole ton of pages that I follow and everything. Oh, what the fuck? Why is Capri complaining now? Why is he after the money now? You know, that's fucked up. You're going to find out why. Because, again, it wasn't about the money for him. And it's not about the money now. But
they took my voice from Def Comedy Jam, sampled it, put it on the Martin Show, Capri explained. Never got no permission from me. Never asked for my rights. Nothing. This show has been on 8 different networks for 30 years. Now, if it was a money thing for me, I would have been like, yo, where's my bread? I ain't never did that.
Right.
Originally airing on the Fox network from 92 through 97, Martin has now aired on multiple networks over the past 3 decades. Capri initially let the issue slide, but says he felt compelled to say something after the show's stars, Martin Lawrence and Tisha Campbell, allegedly denied that the voice was his.
Both from the movie House Party, by the way.
Capri is now considering legal action.
Yeah, they had a reunion, and I guess Tish Campbell said that it was Cole. I don't remember his actual name, whose voice they sampled. So it's more of a disrespect thing, saying no, that wasn't Capri, that was Cole.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and now he's like, oh, really? You're gonna say it wasn't me? All right, well let's go and we will prove. So you have to file a case against them or a suit against them, not against Tisha Campbell and Martin, but you know,
Right.
In order for it to come out as proof, yes, look, this is who it was.
Mm-hmm.
So if they had just shut up and said, "Yeah, Kid Capri's voice, it was cool that we got to use him," whatever, it would have been fine. Nobody would have had any issues. But you fuck around with the Kid Capri, he's coming after you.
Capri previously talked about this issue last year during an appearance on the Funhouse podcast with Kid and Play.
Yeah.
Capri said at the time, anyone who knows me would know it's me, and it would be foolish to say it's anybody else. I think Martin overstepped his boundaries. Number one, by taking something that belonged to me without getting my permission.
Yes.
They went and took my property. You got everybody wandering around the country saying Martin, Capri added,
Yeah.
according to Atlanta Black Star. But to go and take it and then get on your show later and have Tisha Campbell say on Fox Soul that it wasn't Capri, that's Cole. Then you get on your show and your reunion to say it wasn't me. It's a blatant slap in the face and a disrespect to me. I can see his point.
Yeah. Because as a, I say, world-renowned DJ in hip-hop, your name is extremely important. So for somebody to say, "Nah, that wasn't him,"
Yeah.
you know that.
Them's fighting words, man.
Yeah, you can't do that.
So if we hear anything more on this, we shall pass it along.
Yeah.
Last Friday.
What did we do last Friday?
It was my wife's birthday.
Okay, got it.
Hip Hop DX says Ice Cube has officially reached a new deal for a new Friday movie.
Which we've for the past like 5 years, it's been there's gonna be nope, we can't do it because nobody wants to pay. Oh, we're gonna do it. Oh no, everybody said it's gonna fail. We're not gonna make it. We're not gonna give you any money. And here we are again, saying we gonna make it.
So the legend Ice Cube has officially been given the green light to proceed with the long-awaited new Friday movie. The legendary rapper and actor has put pen to paper on a deal with Warner Brothers and New Line Cinema
The Freddy studio
to develop Last Friday, the first installment in the comedy series in more than 20 years. I have to look something up real quick. Okay. Yes, that was the wrong day. I had the wrong day. So there we go. New Line COO Richard Brenner confirmed the news in an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, saying, "We are making another Friday. We just closed a deal with Cube to write and star. It's going to be called Last Friday." Aside from Ice Cube writing and starring in the sequel, no other details were announced, such as what actors will be reprising their roles in the cult series. I will go out on a limb and say Tiny Lister is not one of them.
probably not.
Cube has been teasing a fourth Friday film for quite a while and been publicly detailing his efforts to get the movie made. Yeah, he's gone. Tiny's gone. So
Zeus.
no Debo.
No Debo yet. Ezel?
Didn't Ezel die?
I think so. Yes.
Yeah, I think Ezel passed away. I think his dad passed away, didn't he?
John
Witherspoon?
Yeah.
Yep. I'm pretty sure Witherspoon passed away.
Goddamn public enemy. Anyway.
So, yeah, there's a lot of people that are no longer around.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if Chris Tucker comes
2019.
back.
2019, John Witherspoon died.
Speaking last October on $1 million worth of game, Ice Cube was optimistic that the movie would get made. He said it's coming back. We're going to do it. We're going to make it dope, make it funny, bring it up to date, introduce new characters, bring back old characters, create the feeling that the movie gives you. People love Friday because everyone experienced it. People love Friday because everyone's lived Friday. Everyone's lived 1,000 Fridays.
But this will be the last one.
We finally got some traction with Warner Brothers, he previously said. They have new leadership. My man Mike DeLuca, who used to be at New Line when I first started, when I first did the first Friday in Players Club, and All About the Benjamins. Mike DeLuca was there, so now he's running Warner Brothers. I was like, yo, what the fuck is going on with Friday, man? Let's get this back online, he continued. And I was a little hot because they had took so long because Witherspoon passed away, and Tiny passed away, and A.J. Johnson passed away.
Everybody's passing away. That's okay. I'll edit you.
That's fine. I'm sorry. I'm getting text messages in. That's something I have to respond to here.
You send people your schedule, say, fuck off. Don't text me on Monday nights.
Let's see. So there we go. 3.
Who's mama?
Like, man, we keep losing people and y'all keep dicking around not doing the movie the way it needed to be done. They want to do it, but the key is it's got to be done or we shouldn't fuck with it. So they finally came to their senses. And I will anxiously await to see what happens with this.
Yeah. They say if it's a guaranteed watch if it comes out. I mean, whatever quality it ends up being, I'll still go see it.
So, and now, I know, new school news.
All right, what do you got?
According to Hot New Hip Hop, Diddy accuser alleges Beyonce and LeBron James saw him wearing a penis mask at a freak-off.
I have so many questions about who he is who had the mask.
Yes.
But I've rather say that's enough.
More than enough of that shit.
Of that shit.
So we will take our first break of the evening because that is most definitely enough of that shit.
Yes, most def.
Yassine Bey.
Indeed.
And when we come back after this break,
Yes.
it will be time for Woo News on Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 584.
Cranky, if you only knew some of the movies that I own, not even the ones that I've seen, because I've seen so many B movies, some that wouldn't even rise to the level of B. But
Yeah.
To see my movie collection, I got rid of all VHS, most of my DVDs and Blu-rays and everything because I just don't watch physical media so much anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But the ones that I still do have, like I have a movie called Rabid Grannies on VHS.
Ha!
That's a trauma film. Most of my weird
That
ones
is
are
a trauma
films.
film. Yes.
Yes. Yes. That article was less interesting than a machine gun and a maternity ward, but they can't all be winners. No, I have Poultrygeist. I have Redneck Zombies. I have
Those are different types of movies altogether.
I have Chopper Chicks in Zombie Town, which actually has Billy Bob Thornton in it. I have the entire Toxic Avenger box set, including the Toxic Crusaders cartoons. And there is a new Toxic Avenger coming out, and it has
Peter Dinklage, I believe.
yes,
Yes.
I say Simon Bar Sinister from the Underdog movie. That's where I had to go with him.
Peter Dinklage.
Yes, but from what I've heard in the review, I heard the preview.
He's so good in everything he does, though.
I've heard the preview of it on 1980s Now, and they said that the janitor who gets turned into the Toxic Avenger. Sorry if I'm spoiling things for people. Yes, Poultrygeist. It's a very good movie. They changed his name because like the original character is named Melvin Ferd. And this new guy has a different name. I'm like, how can you do that? If you're telling the Toxic Avenger story, you can't go and change the main character's name.
You shouldn't anyway.
No.
Let's put it that way.
Class of Nukem High 1, 2, and 3 I have. Yeah, I don't know. Some things you should leave alone.
Yes, sir.
But if you're gonna redo the Toxic Avenger, you need to do it right.
Yeah, very, very interesting to see what happens with that, because I do like Peter Dinklage. So,
and I like the Toxic Avenger. So, and I don't know if Lloyd Kaufman's involved at all. He would be the owner of Troma Studios. Okay, I don't know who's actually here. I know the number hasn't been right all night.
Right.
But I want to play them and give them a little preview. Not a preview. Yeah, I guess a preview. Of a potential upcoming segment that will be better if the posse is involved.
Yes.
Just know, Cranky knows this already. He's on the inside of this one because whether it was intentional or not, it was his idea. Yes, if only I could have swapped a deck as well as Melvin. So what everyone will need to do, so the patrons can hear this later on, anybody who's here live can hear it now, and I guess it will be available on YouTube because this stays up there as a show.
Yes.
We're going to come up with some sayings, some that are real things that have already happened, and some that we're going to create on our own that may mimic the I don't know, not the thought process. I guess maybe the thought process.
Yes.
And you will be able to take this out and play this game show with your friends and record it on your telephone.
Journey of one.
You will be able to record it on your phone and then send that file to either Bill or myself or both of us, who cares. And we will edit it and we will put it into the new segment. But the new segment does not exist yet. So aside from Cranky, who has already seen this because he had to approve it.
Right.
You are all getting to witness an upcoming segment. And here we go. Have you ever heard something like?
Girl, work that body, push your thumb. Type of got a piss on your song.
I wondered, is that Cool Keith?
Who could stop me on the court? It must be a Mack truck or a fat chick that works at the airport.
Or is that just gibberish?
Base code, the lane code, waxing your inner 2,000 zebra will jump through your atmosphere.
We have. And now you can play the new Mr. Throwback Thursday podcast game show. Cool Keith, or gibberish. So that will be our upcoming game show. A man on the street, a man on the street game show. So
yes.
we will need all of your help. We will do an official announcement of this in an upcoming show. But yeah, this is a thing. There was actually probably like 10 years ago. There was a website. I don't know if it still exists anymore. Where it was James Joyce or Cool Keith, and they would put up a quote on the screen, and you had to answer the question: did James Joyce write it, or did Cool Keith write it?
Yes.
But this one, if you have Bill and myself, and probably Cranky, involved in writing things that weren't written by Cool Keith, but could have been.
I mean, we have to get into our inner Cool Keith and
or your outer Cool Keith.
And, WWKKD. What would Cool Keith do?
Or what would Black Elvis do? Or Dr. Doom? Or Fly Ricky the Wine Taster, or Lotion Man.
Lonnie Parachute.
Yeah, strange stuff. But yeah, that's an upcoming thing. Really do need to get a drop from Keith, if nothing else. He won't come on the show.
Which I don't understand. We give him so much love.
Oh, I know. And he'll collaborate with anybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've seen that.
Mm-hmm. The greatest part about that, though, is he never falls off. I mean,
Nope.
He can outerwear by Dr. Octagon. It's better than innerwear by Dr. Octagon.
Better than underwear.
Underwear pissy. That's another one of his.
Yep. Underwear pissy. Forgot about that.
Underwear pissy. Yeah, he was. I was gonna have underwear pissy on my shirt with all the when I went to see him. Oh, and he's coming to Richmond, which is where we saw him a couple years ago.
Right.
And it's the same night that I'm going to the fucking Ranger game.
Ah.
So I cannot go and see Keith an hour and a half away because I'm going to be
3 hours away.
3 hours away from here, 4.5 hours away from Richmond in the other direction.
It's a missed opportunity to do underwear pissy.
I know. And Fly Ricky the Wine Taster.
All right, man.
Yeah.
You got a drop?
I got a drop. I'm trying to find the woo woo woo. There it is. Okay. Okay, player. Let's do this with a shree. Woo's your mama?
Hey, this is Russell Peters, and you're listening to my boys, Jamie and Bill, on the only classic hip-hop podcast that matters, Mr. Throwback Thursday, or Hide Your Baby Mondays. Oh, where the fuck is hip-hop now Thursday? Oh, that's Thursday. Oh, we got fuck. Would have been such a good drop, and I fucked that up. Anyway, you know what you're listening to.
One, two, one, two, one, two. What's good, yo? What's good, yo? This is Ghostface Staten Island, New York. And right about now, it's time for News with Jamie and Bill. I know what it is. Get it correct. Mr. Throwback Thursdays. Jamie and Bill. You know what I mean? On News. That's what's going down right now. Y'all check this out. Exclusive. Peace.
The RZA, the Jizza, Raekwon, Master Killer. Inspector Deck, you got Method Man, Ghostface Killer, and old dirty bastard.
It's now time for Woo News with Mr. Throwback Thursday.
Shimmy on it.
Welcome back, Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 584. It is indeed Woo News. We have two pieces of Woo News for you tonight.
We do.
And I've been practicing this.
Good.
Hope I don't screw it up.
That's why I send you the news 2 days prior.
And I've been practicing it for 2 days. And I'm like 50-50 on getting it right. STUDMUFFIN. Yes, that's Stud Muffin.
It is.
And the reason why we have entitled our first article Stud Muffin, this comes to us from the Today, Junior.
Yes.
Today.com, the Today Show. A Grammy-winning rapper has been unveiled as the Stud Muffin on the worst show on television, The Masked Singer.
I don't know. I put it second behind the news.
The news isn't a show. Masked Singer,
the news is a show. Stop.
I don't like Ken Jeong. I don't like Robin Thicke. I don't like Jenny McCarthy, whatever her last name is now. Wahlberg.
Yeah.
Is Nicole Scherzinger still on there?
I believe she left. I don't watch the show.
Yeah.
I've
No,
never
I
watched
think
the
it's like
show.
Rita Ora or somebody is the other.
Sure. My reason for not watching the show is the same reason I don't watch like Dancing with the Stars, because the judges or the panel or whatever try to make themselves so over the top. Look at me, which the show is not about them. The show is about the people on the stage, and I hate that. I just want to punch them all in the throat.
Yeah.
I don't watch shows like that.
I cannot stand
Like
anything about that show.
I don't want to call it reality, but
No,
the
that's
only,
not reality.
no,
It's-
the only competition-based television show that I watch is America's Got Talent, and I often forward through a whole bunch of that because I don't want to hear the judges do the same thing.
I do the same thing. I
didn't
like
it.
America's Got Talent.
I loved it. Yes, we know you're gonna say that.
Yeah.
So fuck off. Move on.
Yeah, it's the same damn thing.
Yeah. So anything with judges that are personalities, I don't want to watch it.
Right. And they're not judges because all
No,
they
that's
are
what I
is
say. Like
critics.
panelists, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So since I got it right on the first STUDMUFFIN.
Yes.
Stud Muffin on season 13, episode 8 of The Masked Singer brought another surprising reveal when Stud Muffin unveiled his identity. During boy band night, Stud Muffin performed Poison by
Yeah.
Belle Biv DeVoe, with
And,
Poison being provided by Cool G Rap.
And the rap in that song
Written
being
by
provided Kwame. Yes.
Was eliminated and unmasked at the end of the April 2nd episode. Stud Muffin turned out to be none other than Wu-Tang Clan member Clifford Smith Jr., professionally known as... He could have been the Muffin Man. Do you know the Muffin Man?
But
Muffin Man.
This is the second
Is he on Drury Lane?
artist. Huh?
Is he on Drury Lane? He could have been the Muffin Man.
Is that in Staten Island?
It could be.
But he's the second classic hip hop artist to be on that show this year. Flav was on early.
Flav was on it earlier, yes. While talking with host Nick Cannon and his stupid sideways hat on stage
his
after the reveal.
38 children.
Method Man said his family would probably be the most shocked to see him dressed up as the Blueberry and Banana Muffin. The Cream rapper then talked about the possibility of his fellow Wu-Tang Clan members watching him on the show, and he said, slim to none.
Exactly. Which is why I didn't know he was on the show until this article came up. Same reason.
He says, you know what? I ain't even going to say much because I don't think they watch. We older cats. We just catching up to the internet, he joked. Throughout the season, Rita Ora correctly guessed that Method Man was Stud Muffin, and fellow judge Robin Thicke thought she was right on the money. He said, when I hear his voice, he sounds like Method Man, she said in one episode. Thicke said, that's a good guess when I heard the voice, and not just in the voice, but he has a very specific way that he breathes sometimes. He breathes through his teeth, and I could hear it when he was rapping that he went sheesh. So he said it's a very signature Method Man move. While filming his Clues video for the season, Meth also revealed why he loved his costume. He goes, becoming Stud Muffin makes sense because I've had a muffin top for the majority of my life. And I've always said that if I could have any dream job, I would be a mascot. You get people pumped up and nobody knows who you are, so that's why I'm here as Stud Muffin to rep my team. Well, good for you, Meth.
Yes.
Online, people said they were shocked to see the Grammy winner inside the costume. I done near choked on my sweet tea when I read that Stud Muffin is Method Man. I purely love The Masked Singer and try to guess who's who every week. Never in a million years would I have guessed that one out. It's because you're an idiot. I never thought I would see Method Man in a muffin suit singing and dancing to Poison. I loved it. A third added, Method Man being on The Masked Singer is wild. Rappers becoming family friendly is my favorite transition to see.
It all started with Ice Cube.
It did. Second gen Woo women.
Yes. We've talked about the second generation Woo.
We have, yes. This comes to us from blackamericaweb.com.
Is This a new source?
It is a new source.
Okay.
Women's History Month, the ladies of Next Gen Wu-Tang, which would be being next up in a family of entertainers can come with its burdens. Blue Ivy Carter, for example, has big shoes to fill, regardless of which parent she follows.
True.
However, like young Blue has already shown before even turning 13, many simply step up to their calling and continue their platinum-selling legacy that their parents carved out before them.
I know nothing about Blue Ivy except for who her parents are. I didn't know that she was a singer or a rapper or whatever it is that she's doing.
She is actually a Grammy Award-winning singer.
Nice.
You can say the name when it comes to the world-famous Wu-Tang Clan, while affiliates of the rap collective extend far beyond anyone dares to count. The core members are generally recognized as the RZA, Raekwon the Chef, Clifford Smith Jr., professionally known as the Jizza, Toast Face Grilla, Inspector Deck, Capadonna, Master Killer, You God, and the late Old Dirty Bastard. With all the living OGs now in their mid-50s and representing an entirely different generation of rap, the baton now lies in the hands of their offspring to carry on the Wu torch in today's music scene. The self-proclaimed children of the Wu are doing just that as the newly formed collective, including ODB's son, Weather Park, Method Man's two sons, Fifth Power and Nuke LaFleur, and You God's son, Intel.
Nuke LaFleur.
However, this second generation Wu-Tang is extending things beyond an all-boys club by also including RZA's niece, Marano Skies, and putting the limelight on Method Man's daughter, Shay. They all came together in New York City last week to host a special Wu Wednesday social night at East Village Speakeasy, Hidden Tiger. We caught up with the lady at the forefront of defining what Wu Forever really means, and Shy, that's Method Man's daughter, short for Cheyenne, told us exclusively that carrying on the Wu legacy from a female perspective just feels empowering. I got my brothers behind me, my uncles behind me, and it's really like a family thing. It's a legacy that's going to continue, and it just feels good having everyone in one accord. Yes. Everybody does music, and we're all talented. It's a family affair. So it's definitely one of a kind. Marano Skies echoes the same sentiments on holding it down for the ladies, but never forgets to give props to the teachings of her uncle RZA as well as her dad, rapper Ninth Prince. Rapper Ninth Prince of the Wu-affiliated rap group Kill Army. Growing up watching my uncle take over on TV, it showed me a lot and taught me specifically as a female artist. It's very different from the males. Not everybody looks forward to seeing a female get on stage and either rap or sing on the mic. I'm still learning, but I really thank my pops, Ninth Prince, and my uncle RZA for showing me a way through music.
Now, you said Family Affair earlier. Isn't that the show with Buffy and Jody? I'm taking Gail will probably know more than you will on that one.
Yes, I think it is. Because originally I was thinking Family Matters with Uncle Carl, and I was like, no, that's Family Matters. So
no, Family Affair.
Carl Winslow. Family Affair, yes.
With Mr. French. And it was Buffy and Jody. And I think Sissy was the other one. Anyway.
Sissy.
Yes. Family Affair. Somebody in the research department isn't here tonight, so I can't lean on them. But yes. I'm going to assume Gail is saying yes to me because I want to be correct.
Yes. Both ladies talking about the next generation Wu women. Both ladies plan on bringing something new to Wu with Shy. Is it Shy or Shay? I think it's Cheyenne, so I'm going to pronounce it as Shy. With Shy describing her music as feel-good vibes, which she elaborated further by adding, I'm always bringing my personality. What you see is what you get with me, mainly because I don't have to put on a facade. I like to feel good, so I'm going to make you feel good with my music. If I'm feeling a bit sad, I'll write a sad song, and we both going to feel that. It's a woman thing.
Yeah, but sad songs only say so much.
They do. It's a woman thing, personal thing, and overall human thing to feel, so I always bring the versatility, and especially to my Shy's Time EP coming soon. Morano is doing more of a blend between hip-hop and R&B, telling us, I'm going a different route in the music industry, but I'm making music for people who can compare to what I'm going through. As we close out Women's History Month, it's great to see the legacy of Wu-Tang Clan is not only in good hands, but that women will be throwing up the W for a whole new reason. So
what was the reason before?
I have no idea.
Women, we are women. Is that what the W was? I don't.
Your guess is as good as mine, man.
I don't know the other reason they were putting up the W.
I don't have an answer for it.
Me either.
You God still sucks.
Yeah, some things aren't going to change.
That is no story. That is just facts. And ODB is still dead. It's time for some music. Yes, I just consulted his odbstilldead.com.
I should probably find the music section here. Go right ahead. I
This
can work
week,
on the fly.
we have a one and done, and the one and done is going to tie into the Fresh and Peace that we led off the show with.
Yes.
And it's hard to believe that this is a one and done based off of the name.
Yes.
Because everybody knows it, but, you know, we said the same thing about the Miseducation, so.
True.
This record was released December 1st, 1986.
A number.
Running 46 minutes and 9 seconds on Tommy Boy and Warner Brothers Records.
Yeah, that means the songs average like 7 minutes, don't they?
Something like that, yes. Produced by Arthur Baker, John Roby, Fats Comet Productions, Keith LeBlanc, Doug Wimbish, and Skip McDonald. This is Africa Bambaataa and Soul Sonic Force with Planet Rock, the album. I have 7 tracks on here.
As do I. Pay no attention to this up here.
Every track on here, though, is at least 6 minutes long.
Yeah. Your mama's on crack rock. Sorry.
Your mama's on crack rock.
That's
We
okay.
listened to that on the way in. Track number 1, the title track.
Yes.
Planet Rock.
Party people, can yo get funky? So Sonic Force, can yo get funky? The Zulu Nation, can yo get funky? Yeah. Just hit me. Just face the funk and hit me. Just get on down and hit me. Bambaataa's getting so funky now, hit me.
Yeah.
Just hit me.
Start to chase your dreams about the seats. Make your body sway. Socialize. Get down. Let your soul lead the way. Shake it now. Go, ladies. It's a living dream.
Like this.
Track number 2, Looking for the Perfect Beat.
Yes. Looking for the perfect beat, people. This is a perfect beat for ya.
Universe of people looking for the perfect beat. For the world nations looking for the perfect beat. Mighty Zulu Nation, they have found the perfect beat. Africa, Bambaataa, I possess the perfect beat.
Look, and anyone who came up breaking in the 80s, whether you were a professional, an expert, a novice, just somebody who carried around cardboard with them everywhere they went, whatever, you were breaking to that song.
Track number 3, Renegades of Funk.
Which was covered later on
No matter how
by,
hard you can stop us now.
oh my God, what's the name of the group?
No matter how hard you try, you can't stop us
Rage Against the
now.
Machine.
Renegades of this atomic age. This atomic age for renegades. Renegades of this
It's a time and age. It's a time and age for renegades.
Track number 4, Frantic Situation, subtitled Frantic Mix. Hey. Track number 5 featuring Melly Mel. Who you funkin' with?
Picking up a beat that'll make you move your feet. Cutting like who? Stretching like who? Making up a rap that makes your head clap. Talking like who? Sounding like who? Make up a name, shading up your game. Living like who? Breathing like who?
Track number 6, Go Go Pop, featuring Trouble Funk.
I believe we've done a Trouble Funk record. That go-go beat right there.
Final track on this record, number 7, performed by MC Globe and the Late Pow Wow. They Made a Mistake.
Wasn't me.
Right up in the top.
So you go come big to the place to be, the rock shot to the rhythm of a funky melody. So without a doubt, you gotta pick this out. Just power out and get the fight rockin' the house. You know we're doing it right and we're doing it correct. When it comes to this, we don't give a heck.
We don't give a heck. That's what we're talking about.
We don't give a heck.
In 1986.
No, you can't give a heck, especially
No.
back in 1986. That is your one and done for episode 584. Planet Rock, the album by Africa Bambaataa and Soul Sonic Force. I have 2 singles released off of this.
2 singles. How about Planet Rock?
Actually, that's not one of them.
Really? Then it has to be Renegades of Funk and Looking for the Perfect Beat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Looking for the perfect beat.
People.
I do not have any charting action for this, of course.
Yeah.
So let's see if we have anything for Renegades of Funk. And once again, I do not.
No.
I do not. But they do mention the Rage Against the Machine cover.
I figured they would.
So there you have it. That is your one and done for episode 584. That is Planet Rock, the album by Africa Bambaataa and Soul Sonic Force.
And Gail said she never heard of this.
And it is now time for your record of the week. And your record of the week, again, we talked about this gentleman last week as a fresh in peace.
Yes.
This record came out in 1995.
A number.
This is pretty much an EP.
Yeah, you're going to see on the screen that there's a lot more songs, but it's a lot of remixes.
So this is Scars and Pain by the late Gemini, the Gifted One.
It is.
And I have 3, 6, 7 tracks on there.
That's what I figured. I have like 14, but from 8 on are all remixes.
So let's take a look at track number 1. I have Can't Stop Rockin', subtitled Tribute.
Fat boys used to rip them with the high, but stick them. Doggy with the guys slick cricket me. But if it wasn't there anywhere, niggas even got me. I was nowhere, I let it fly free.
Broken, snapping necks. Oh, sorry.
Hey, yo, come on. Hey, yo, so check it out, yo. See, I've been rapping since the Biz Marquee, trigger treacherous 3 days. Cool mode, dig it D days. Spoon and G days. Furious F.I.
Track number 2, Brooklyn Kids, Dirty Mix.
One, two, y'all. 1, 2, y'all. 1, 2, y'all. Old school, y'all. 1, 2, y'all. 1, 2, y'all. 1, 2, y'all. New school, y'all. Allow me, if you will, to indulge with verbal skill into a scene about the feeble-minded schemes of a teen. I tried to stay alive and to strive. Sometimes I even cried. I was only 10 years plus 5. Nevertheless, the streets gave me stress. My addiction.
Track number 3 is the title track, Scars and Pain.
Wax and polish, MCs in the base, I will demolish.
Alright, that's how it's going down in the 9 Square. Brooklyn Stilo, East New York representing. Go honest. It's like this, y'all. Check it. Alright, I'm walking down the street, I got my 50 niggas, deep crew Jeeps too. Ain't nobody sleeping through the night, they can't keep you in the crib, even your moms can't keep you inside. I got the fat 4-wheel drive live system in the back, you'll be opening the chicks, they be scoping mine.
Track number 4, Let Your Body Flow. And if I spelled it out for you, you'd never believe it.
Nope.
Let your body flow.
But that's exactly how Greg says it.
Exactly.
I'll make you feel like I'm the white knight in your dreams, on your windowsill on a blue moon beam. Have your basement in your own juices. Loving that you gave to other men has been wasted. It's useless. My sexual potential is purely existential, which increasingly seduced when I release the juice. The precision of a chiropractor when I tap the incision in your lap with my fat protractor. It's essential. I titillate the fibers of your essence when expressing what I feel in my sexual message.
I'm going to get so many notifications, but takedown notifications about this.
Track number 5, Funk Soul Sensation, subtitled Dirty.
Sipping on some Momo, but that's all I'm gonna say. Check it out. Call up 212-219-9695. Get wise, recognized. Flavor 304 in the morning. Representing. We got a guest in here, man.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Got my man Gemini in the house. He's been doing this thing for a long time, and he's about to sign on. What's up, kid?
What's up? I'm chilling.
All right. So what's up, man? You getting ready to sign a deal with?
I'm on Mercury.
Oh, you on there?
I'm on Mercury. Yeah.
He's on Mercury. The Cool Keith.
He is. So track number 6, Story of My Life, which sounds like it's from a Broadway show.
Ladies and gentlemen, for this next piece, I'd like to do for you autobiographical, poetic stop-motion piece entitled Story of My Life. So check this out. Check it out. I'm gonna start. This rhyme kind of awkward. Slide it to the side and the backwards and the forward. Tell you who I am and why I do what I do, and tell you who the hell is in my crew.
Last track on the record, number 7, 50 MCs in a Cypher.
featuring no one.
No.
This is like 99 bottles of beer in a wall.
Something like
In
that.
this song, I bear witness that the East Coast gave birth to this thing called rap. And our experiences spawned this thing called hip-hop culture. So to the rest of the world, it ain't no diss, but it started out like no, it wasn't none of that. I fucked up the rhyme, let me run it back. You lost your position when you mishandled the mic, no superstition. Could save you from mental demolition.
Can't save you from mental demolition.
That is your record of the week from the late Gemini, the Gifted One, our Fresh in Peace from last week. That's called Scars and Pain. There are no singles off of that record, and there's no charting action, but we brought it out basically as a tribute to Gemini, the Gifted One.
It would have run last week.
Mm-hmm. But we had the Will Smith record.
We did. And
that kind of took precedence because Will Smith is your Artist of the Month.
Yes.
Which is a nice little segue into that. So Artist of the Month is Will Smith. Record of the Week, Gemini, the Gifted One with Scars and Pain. Your one and done, Africa Bambaataa and Soul Sonic Force with Planet Rock, the album. Before we take our final break of the day, we will get into an old to the new.
Or is it just gibberish? I don't know.
We'll have to find out. This is Carpenters featuring Kool Keith. The name of the record is DAW. You're old to the new for episode 584.
Digital audio workstation. Yeah. Digital audio workstation. Digital audio workstation. Digital. All these rappers animated on drugs, sedated on guard like a plastic strainer in the front of the station. Quality volume raising, run around your head in Asics. It's like the girls used to make their way to the PATH train from club sensations. Nowadays, everybody doing surgery and getting a facelift. Not knowing who they mate with, taking a break with. Rappers leaving their jobs, trying to get back on the day shift. In this day and time, day in my prime. 3 million artists don't rap, never resign. Seacrest, never get played, always got me on rewind. You order, you see the peace sign. Urination station, piss on a distinguished fragrance. Treat all my application patients. Kleptomaniac, cut their hands off from stealing and taking. Picture me doing Miss Mary Matt and Patty Cake. Y'all menu so basic, like the piss on the street that get the sneaker laces. Always kept tape on my knees like Marvin Webster. You know how the human eraser, anybody else is the crayon tracer. A lot of y'all cutting grass for your neighbors. Digital audio workstation. Digital audio workstation. Digital audio workstation. Digital. Keeping the best you got in that spaghetti strainer. Put one ball in your mouth like that beef Angus. Making them shit out the helicopter real high is real dangerous. Your primary care doctor chewing on your Medicaid, smoking angel dust. BBLs all over. She had 100 butts, that shit drove her nuts. Every chick in the Sin City used to show their ass so the king top. Now the nannies that take care of the star kids bought me an apple green BMW truck. The one I was driving when the show cheaters try to set me up to fuck. By Throg's Neck Bridge, they try to film me coming out somebody's crib. The privilege of them putting trackers on my Avante rims. I saw NBC parking, I locked my doors so they couldn't get in. After that I went to Cap USA, tried on more fitteds. Closing that big deal with Lexus and Steel. Fuck that Star Diva on Vivid. Most of the rappers sound horrific. Digital audio workstation. Digital audio workstation. Digital audio workstation. Digital.
Carpenters featuring Cool Keith with DAW, Digital Audio Workstation.
Yes. So
there was a Marvin Webster reference in there. That song goes right to the top of my list for the old Marvin Webster reference. Anytime you can mention an ex-Nick.
Yeah.
From like forever ago.
Forever ago, yes.
And his nickname, the Human Eraser. Marvin Webster.
Yeah. Gail's got a really good comment here. Stream of consciousness. It really is, I think, how Keith does so much of his stuff. It's just, he goes. You know, it's just, like, I recorded this one day. Can you put some music to it and we can make it a song?
It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. But no, yeah. Since you don't do the editing, and I'm not faulting you for that, so you don't know the editing, a DAW is a digital audio workstation. It's like Adobe Audition, Audacity, you know, where we edit the audio to make the show sound better than it does when we're just here jibber jabbering live.
Is it gibberish or is it Cool Keith?
You never know, and people won't know unless they're patrons about that until the future.
Mm-hmm.
And hello, Jason. Sorry to ignore you while Cool Keith was playing.
Yes, hello, Jason. But yeah, good track.
It's fucking Keith.
It's Cool Keith. Yeah, so I mean it is. Carpenters featuring Cool Keith, DAW, Your Old to the New. Your Artist of the Month, Will Smith. Record of the Week was Gemini the Gifted One, the late, great Gemini the Gifted One with Scars and Pain. And then Africa Bambaataa and Soul Sonic Force featuring the late Pow Wow was your one and done with Planet Rock, the album. We are going to take our final break of the evening. And when we come back, Gail will be smiling because it will indeed be time for Bill Reads Lyrics on Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 584.
Yay. Where did it go? Oh, thought I lost it. Set that up for there. Bring this over here. Let me get our drop. Yes, BR's L's, yes.
BR's L's, yes.
Hell's bells. BR's L's. I haven't played this one forever. Let's run this one. You know, you weren't there. This is one of my favorite interview people. Just knocking just to let you know there's other people alive in the house.
Apparently so.
We'll come down here and we'll find the motherfucking piano because that's important.
Mm-hmm.
Not the Riff 1980 Ed Asner. No, that's not what I'm looking for. I have some really weird stuff in this intros and fillers folder.
I'm sure you do.
Like I said, Riff 1980 Ed Asner. That's what it says. Which I believe was for an alternate Bill Reads Lyrics.
Yeah.
Let me see real quick if it is.
Is that the Reading Fundamental?
Yeah.
I think we've heard this.
We have. There it is. Open there.
What's your name?
My name? I became a bill, and I'll remain a bill until they decide to make me a law.
Did you know that there are at least 23 million American adults who can't read a want ad?
Or a book? Or a job application. That's why we have RIF.
RIF is reading is fundamental.
That was the alternate version. As you can see, it didn't happen. There's the motherfucking piano.
The motherfucking.
All right. Then, get my drop, get the motherfucking piano, get the Burl intro. All right, let's do this. Are you ready?
Never, but that has never stopped me.
No. So we're going to do this drop with a Shri. Who's your mama?
No matter how many times. No matter how many times.
No matter how many times.
No matter how many times.
No matter how many times the ball.
Hey, yo, check this out. Be notorious, glorious. I'm chilling on my boys, Jamie and Bill. And yo, no matter how many times the ball bounces, there's still no better podcast than Mr. Throwback Thursday, boy. You heard? Salute. Peace.
The quality of God which leads to infinity. Cause as we know, our rhymes are impeccable, fresh and flexible.
But it starts with Bill.
It's called reading. Top to bottom, left to right. Group words together as a sentence. Take Tylenol for any headache. Midol for any cramps.
Most people probably don't listen to the lyrics, but they should.
Welcome to Bill Reed's Lyrics.
Hello, this is Bill Reed's Lyrics. It is an educational discussion of artistic expression and creativity of modern lyricists. Bill may recite explicit or offensive language. Professional supervision is suggested for sensitive listeners. The average views and opinions within these lyrics are not necessarily those of Mr. Throwback Thursday or its hosts, and will be in the area of 160 WPMs. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, humor heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Welcome back, Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 584. It is indeed time for the properly disclaimed Bill Reed's Lyrics.
Yes, do I have to disclaim stuff like this?
How I like it served. S&M on the rocks.
Or is that just something that I can roll?
Probably you can roll that just because that was from a disclaimed Bill Reed's Lyrics, I'm sure.
Yeah, but this
her
one
almost favorite part. Gail says it's almost favorite. I've slid down the ladder here. I'm really enjoying Swollen Members.
That was not from Bill Reed's Lyrics.
No.
I believe that was a record of the week.
That was a record of the week. And I said, as I said that, I said it's going to end up in the sound bank.
Yep.
And
yeah, I got all kinds of good ones, and I don't use them too often anymore, but I've got them. So, are you ready to receive the transmission?
Sure.
All right, then. How about I send this over?
Would this be Petey Pop, motherfucker?
You do verse 2, motherfucker. Yeah.
So that's the refrain, verse 1. Scroll down. Chorus, verse 2.
Yes, performed by Petey Pop.
Motherfucker.
All right. So then with no type of ado.
Sesame
Street Grover Styley, whether nearer or further, we will cue the motherfucking piano.
I need to know a whole lot that could teach me. Broad need a ding-dong. Stick a tongue and take her to ball. I had to go on ahead, do that for her. I'm spoiled, and I don't like to work that hard. I like to lay back, relax, and enjoy my turn. Enjoy my turn. Let my eyes roll back and my toes curl. I love when you do that, girl. Till it comes out for me to have to get her hers. Get her hers. Tell me what you want. Do you want it missionary? With your feet crammed to the headboard? Girl. Do you want it from the back with your face in the pillow? So you could yell as loud as you want to? Girl. Do you want it on the floor? Do you want it on the chair? Do you want it over here? Do you want it over there? Girl, do you want it in your pussy? Do you want it in your ass? I could give you anything you can handle. Girl.
It sounds like a New Kids on the Block song with all the girl in it.
It did. And it had the very Dr. Seussian.
It did. That's why I went with this. And I had something
like
so
green
much
eggs and
nastier.
ham kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
I had something that was so much dirtier. And I was like, well, I like the way this one flows. Girl.
But
that's all
Sally.
I can think of. That's all I can think of is all those, New Kids on the Block.
God.
That whole era where everything was girl.
Yes. I mean, hell, even Milli Vanilli, who didn't even sing, had "Girl, You Know It." Yes, you know it's true.
Girl. It was always girl.
Girl.
Yeah, those were the days. The days of girl.
Hat has been changed.
All right. Well, then I believe it is time for you to take us the fuck home.
Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 584, brought to you in part by your good friends at Magic Mind. Get your Magic Mind at www.magicmind.com/throwback LT20. You get 20% for one-time purchases and up to 48% off of subscriptions with our code throwback LT20 at magicmind.com/throwback LT20. Your mental performance shot, make sure you get it every day.
Yes.
Magic Mind. Def Rugs, defrugs.com, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, all at Def Rugs. Handmade, high-quality hip-hop theme rugs from the original Rug E. Fresh, Marshall Fox, and his business associate, the Green-Eyed Bandit, Eric Sermon. Get yourself a Def Rug as quickly as you can.
Yeah, Fox, who was hanging out in studio with Busta Bus.
Nice.
Last week. I think I saw him on the gram.
The gram. Whoa, gram.
Indeed.
Our good friend Heather Lent up in Schenectady, New York on J Street. She is the proprietor of the Bittersweet Candy Company, and that makes her... She makes candy and chocolate that is handmade, small batch, different, and... delicious. Go check them out on Facebook and order at bittersweetcandy.com. Use our code THROWBACK and save 10% off of your order at bittersweetcandy.com.
Yes.
Melted Mike's, MLTDMICS.com. Jamie is rocking a Melted Mike's shirt tonight. Hip-hop themed t-shirts from our good friend Pumice T. Mendola. Get yourself a meltedmikes.com t-shirt and use our code MRThrowbackThursday to save 10% off of said t-shirts when you order them at meltedmikes.com.
Yeah, this is my Fresh and Peace Educated Rapper shirt.
So, social media network for the show. Don't forget to visit us, mrthrowbackthursday.com, the homepage for everything Mr. Throwback Thursday. You can go there, check out all the features on the site, including the Posse Wall of Fame, Friends of the Show. You can click the little microphone and hit us up. Leave us a voice message that way. You can also follow us on our other socials on Twitter at @the_MR_TBT. It's actually X now, but it's always Twitter to me.
Yep.
And Bill_MR_TBT. Also, my Instagram handle, Jamie on Instagram, is at MRThrowbackThursday. So go check that out. That's also our TikTok handle. So you can check out little snippets of the show that they allow us to play.
And speaking of little snippets of the show, I am going to start sharing more pieces of, how I make the one little 1 minute or whatever.
Yes.
This week on.
Yes.
I am going to attempt to make more of those so that I can put one each day as the week goes along onto YouTube.
Very good.
I do not know if I will do it on TikTok because I so don't care. But I do believe that I will do it on the tube, one a day, to try to bolster our numbers.
And if you're not familiar with our YouTube channel, it is Mr. Throwback Thursday. You can click the subscribe button and be alerted anytime we go online. There's a little bell on there that you click to, and that'll let you know the minute we get on live.
It's very easy. It's youtube.com/@MRTBT.
Yes. So
very easy
go
to find.
And sign up and get yourself subscribed. So
the more you subscribe, the more it helps us as a show to get noticed, to get more people to come on the show. Because there are some people that won't come on the show that doesn't have a large enough. I don't want to say a following, because we have a decent following.
Large enough
visible numbers to them.
Yes.
For them to go to our
social
media
footprint.
page,
How's that?
Yeah, for them to go to our page and say, "Oh, well, you've only got 100 people following you on YouTube. I don't want to be on your show," even though, we have 3,000 over here and we have 2,000 over there, and we've got worldwide listeners due to friends of ours, radio stations, and So the more numbers we can show, the more content we can bring you.
You
How
got
about
it.
that?
Sounds good to me. So MRTBT on YouTube. Go check that out. You can also follow us on the original Facebook page, Mr. Throwback Thursday, and Home of the TBT Posse. Just check us out every Thursday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern on Fresh Radio at itsfreshradio.com, right after the All Request Thursday. Send us emails to mrthrowbackthursday@gmail.com if you are so inclined. It is shout-outs time.
Yay.
Shout-outs this week go to last week's mug winner, Gail Dunmeyer, Manny Baez, Sarah Henderson, John Henderson, Hugo Gonzalez, Sanket Patel, Clay Arsenault, the Shrieking Warrior, Jennifer Buchanan, Jason Heath, Jessica Walker, Shane Hatley, Ahoy Mateys, Captain Ricky Schnarr, Mr. Cranky Pants, Brian Hollenbeck, the legendary Kevin Van Buren, Robert Jeffroy, Win with Ken Elsfelder, Kate Harvey, Catherine Liska, Wanda Calamia and Gunther, and Lion Linwoodell. They get mentioned every week because...
Or more.
You want to get your name mentioned every week? Become a patron. Go to patreon.com/MRTBT or start your own show.
Indeed. You can mention your name all you want.
Don't forget our friends in the industry. As always, check out the 1980s Now podcast with Will, Cat, and John. Check out Anthony, Imran, and Rugboy over at Jock and Nerd podcast. Check out our friend Talking Tie on her webpage, BrooklynTieNYC.com, and her show, What's the Word podcast with Brooklyn Tie, and the hardest working turntablist in the world, DJ B, over at It's Fresh Radio. We mentioned him before. Get that Fresh Radio app for your phone. We're also on Wild One Radio at wildoneradio.com every Thursday at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, review, all of that good stuff.
Hey, I want to send a special shout out to Mrs. Cranky Pants.
Okay.
I feel that she needs that today.
Well, shout out Mrs. Cranky Pants. And shout out to your wife. And shout out to my wife. And
damn your kid for stealing your headphones.
And shout out to new, hopefully they're listening, new posse members that I met and interacted with at Janelle's birthday lunch.
Oh, nice.
So Octavius.
Spreading a good word.
Yes, Octavius and his partner Rose, who is expecting a child. So all the best to them. And Marilyn, who was there. I believe it's the mother of one of them. So
it's somebody's mom's.
Yes. And it was very nice to meet them at lunch the other day. I hope you're listening. I hope you enjoyed if you did listen. And I told you I was going to get you a shout out. So there you have it. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, review, all of that good stuff. Go find us everywhere.
Yes.
Share the good word. Take good care of yourselves. Wash your hands.
Wash your butt.
Very important to wash the butt. And until next time, keep it classic.
And like Cool Keith said, wax in your inner ear, doo-doo in your outer ear. 2 cows, a zebra will jump through your atmosphere.
And always remember,
new school stale, old school fresh.
ESH